What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Two Wheel Rider YouTube channel. My name is Mario Orsini, and I'm guessing the title of the video was something like, I bought a new motorcycle. I promise I'm going to show it to you, but I want to touch on a couple of things first, because I actually sold two motorcycles, I guess within like the last week and a half, something like that. Sold my 2006 Ducati Multistrada 620. Nothing wrong with the bike other than it wasn't getting ridden. I think it's had maybe 1,000 miles in the last 2 years put on it, and 600 of those or so were put on by a friend of mine. So I really haven't been riding it much, and it was just taking up space here in my garage, so it was time to let it go.
Where's the Ducati?
Yeah, I sold the Ducati.
Why did you sell?
Well, I just told them I wasn't riding it.
So you bought a new Ducati?
No, I didn't buy another Ducati.
Why not?
Yeah, well, I just didn't want another.
Mamma mia.
All right, well, thanks for stopping by. Sorry for the interruption there. Anyway, the Ducati's gone. I sold that thing very, very quickly. I think it was like 4 or 5 days after I posted it. Somebody got themselves a really nice sport touring bike. So the other bike, which normally would be right back here, that's missing, is my 2017 KTM 250 XCF. It was kind of hard to let that bike go. You know, really like that bike. First bike I ever raced off-road. Is my first like true race-ready off-road dirt bike, off-road motorcycle, whatever you want to call it. Really liked that bike, but it was just time for it to go. The good news is I'll get to see the bike relatively regularly, because the guy I sold it to is someone that helps out with SXCS. I'm not going to mention his name in case he doesn't want it out there, but I'll get to see the bike again, so that's kind of cool. Did take the steering damper off of it that I put on, I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever. That way I can reuse that on another bike at a later date. But otherwise, you know, all the cool bolt-on stuff stayed on there, and, you know, that guy got himself a really nice bike.
So, dude, you bought another KTM dirt bike, right?
No, didn't buy another KTM dirt bike.
Adventure bike?
Nope, didn't buy another adventure bike. I still have my Super Adventure right here. I don't really need another adventure bike.
Super Duke?
No, it's not a Super Duke. It's not a KTM at all.
Dude, this is a KTM channel.
Yeah, I know this is known as a KTM channel, but I wanted something different.
But people tune in for KTM.
Well, we'll let the audience decide. Ultimately, it's for me anyway.
This is crap, man. I'm out of here.
Yeah, dude, well, I don't always have to buy KTMs. All right, yeah, okay. Sorry, so many people just stopping in tonight. Anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna show you the new bike. It's actually just sitting behind the camera, so let me get things spun around and show you what I bought. So I figured I'd come back here to the office, kind of wrap this video up. First off, huge shout out to JT Motorsports. They're not just a sponsor of the podcast. I don't just pretend like I go over there. I bought that bike from them. They hooked me up. So huge thanks to those guys. Specifically Phil, but I don't want to leave any of the guys out, but I don't have time to name them all. But anyway, huge shout out to those guys. Why did I buy the Husky over the KTM? I'm sure many of you are wondering, even though there really isn't that much of a difference between the two. The main reason I went with it is because it comes with linkage on the rear shock, where the KTM, which would be the XCFW, comes with PDS. Not saying one's better than the other, I'm just used to the linkage, and I kind of like the white plastic. But aside from that, not many major differences. You know, I'm not going to name everything. A couple of the other things, I do like the fact that you get a Pro Taper handlebar on it with the Husky. It's got a composite subframe versus the KTM aluminum subframe. I don't think one's better than the other. Probably if I was going to choose, the aluminum subframe would be what I'd choose, the one on the KTM, but at the end of the day, not a big difference. I'm pretty sure the KTM XCFW comes with Brembo components for the brakes. With the Husky, it's got a Magura. I have no complaints, you know, out of their components either. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head, you know, major differences between the two. Obviously, I went with a 350 instead of a 250 this time, and again, it's because I rode that Husky, you know, down in Costa Rica. It was a 350. Really enjoyed riding that bike. I've ridden Brian's 350 since then. I like the, you know, the power of the 350. I decided to go with the Enduro model over the regular like off-road woods model for a few reasons. One, comes with the added stuff like the radiator fan's already on there. There's a trip computer on there. It's got the headlight, tail light, all that stuff's already installed. Now I can always pop off the headlight, tail light, and just put number plate on and eliminate the tail light if I'm gonna go, just race off-road and I wanna save a little bit of weight. What I like about having the headlight, tail light on is now if I wanna go run, enduros, I'm already set up. I'm legal to go down the street. So kind of sucks that, we've got some of the emission stuff on there. Jake Ross has already hit me up. I'll probably, take it out to the Ross compound, lighten it up a little bit, and also, desmog little things, maybe tune it a little. But I haven't even got to ride the bike. Like, the thing's sitting there like perfectly clean. I picked it up, 2 days ago? I've had it for like 48 hours. Honestly, it's raining out right now. Honestly, I'm probably not going to get to ride it for a couple of weeks because I'm taking off on a trip here and going to be gone for a while. But I'm super stoked to have that bike. There's probably going to be some back in the garage videos on that as we get it broke in, as we make some changes to it. The other thing I like about this versus my other bike is my other bike had the air fork on the front, which is great for tunability. I just never felt fully comfortable that front end was planted. And I felt much more comfortable on this Explorer fork, which is more of a traditional fork on the front of this Husky. And it's got full clickers, full adjustability. So we'll see. I'll get the thing tuned in. I don't really have a whole lot of racing planned for the rest of the year. I may get out to a couple of rounds of something. Would like to get some trail riding in. My buddy Tyler just picked himself up. I think it was either a 2019 or a 2020 Husky 2-stroke. So we might make it down to Hatfield McCoy. But anyway, I said this the other day, and it sounds crazy. This is probably the most excited I've ever been to buy a new motorcycle, including my 1290 Super Adventure. Now, I'm not saying I'd take the Husky over the 1290. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I just had so much fun riding that bike down in Costa Rica, and I'm happy to have one in my garage. So, once again, thanks JT Motorsports, because you guys made this possible. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button, because if you like motorcycles, well, this is the place to be. You have any questions about the new bike? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, I'll talk to you again soon.